Welcome to Dark
spider.
Souls.
He's a
We're
spider
live.
dragon.
We're live.
We're live.
Are we live?
Live.
Now we're live.
Oh my goodness.
Hello,
We
everyone.
are live.
Welcome to the next round of Into the Woods. This time around, we have a brand new party. Will be run by none other than me, Basch, or also known as the priest who has Thunderclap.
You can see Vincent on the stream.
Oh, hi, Vincent.
No.
I really can't make it out.
I can see you.
No, I got him, so now I know I can do
Oh wait,
this.
there he is.
Sorry. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. It's just dad mode's like, I can see my kid on TV. Good. I got additional
Yay.
backup.
So, I guess we can want to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've got a little blurb here to kind of set the mood, and we can introduce characters.
Well, have you introduced yourself?
Yes, kind of. I'll go again. So, I'm Basch. I'll be DMing this Into the Woods. Like I said, we got a new group. I'll read the little primer I got here written up, and then we'll get into the characters introducing themselves and whatever they want to shout out to. So, for the setting, there's a sleepy little town, Dunzev. It's nestled at the foot of the mountains, sandwiched by large, lush forest and some farmlands not too super far away. The townsfolk, they've lived there for many generations, producing everything they need just to get by. They don't have any real prosperity to speak of, but they seem to be content with their lot in life. Usually, towns like this, they're overlooked by their lords or people responsible for that region. It's because they don't really produce anything. I don't have to explain nobles being nobles. So usually when towns like these have problems, they pull together their gold and they hire on adventurers to come through. So, in this town, there's rumors, like missing people. People go missing all the time. It's not a major deal, but, you know, sometimes it's all that's needed for someone of note to go, this sounds like fun, especially a bored cleric. One cleric, R&D Chevalier, has wandered off to go investigate these rumors. Well, the thing is, he's been missing for a bit. No letters, nobody's seen him, nobody's found him, and the town's not being exactly forthwith with details. Mostly wanting to be left alone. And that's where you guys come in. For one reason or another, y'all have been pulled into a party, whether from your superiors or people calling in debts, and political shenanigans to have this happen. And you all have been kind of pushed together and shoved out the door and say, go find him, bring him and his retinue back. Overall, the journey there is easy. You follow the main road, then you're off onto a lesser traveled road, but, you know, still road. However, when y'all enter the town, people quickly take notice of you. You're being stared at by nearly everyone. People are going out of their way to avoid you, keep their distance. And at the end of the town, you see a shack that's slightly bigger than everybody else. And you see a older man. Long beard. He's got a bit of a grizzled face, more of a leathery skin. He's definitely older. And he's watching you guys intently as y'all pile out of your travel wagon. So, y'all want to roll D6s to see who goes first.
Okay.
Alright.
Hey!
Alright, new rolly dice. 4. New rolly dice.
5.
5. Oh my god.
All three of you just re-roll.
1.
3.
5.
Alright, I guess we'll go clockwise, starting with Spencer.
Okay.
So you hop out of the wagon and approach the what you assume to be the village elder. You want to describe and introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. That basically that you all see kind of like a caramel skinned woman, about probably 22-ish to 25. That she has like kind of sort of like this raven black, almost purplish hair that has like white silvery tips with just a one eye is basically kind of like your normal looking eye with just blue on it. That one eye is covered up purposefully with just one of her bangs. She has a She has a gray cloak on with just some kind of like ornate, like elvish armor with just some oranges and blues mixed into it. That underneath is basically just some black leggings and like some fancy looking boots. And one thing that you will notice about her is that she does have like a silvery porcelain ocarina that is shaped like a silver dragon onto her hip. And she's just like, alright now, let's just go ahead and open up the door. You know, are that y'all gonna come out?
Door?
Yeah.
The old gentleman is sitting on the porch.
Oh, I'm blind.
Well, we're going clockwise, right?
I think so.
I think so.
I think so.
Following behind this individual is a cat person, dark fur, kind of a little bit of freckling and patterning in like a very dark gray. Short hair done up in a bun at the back of the head, one ring in one ear, bright green eyes, carrying a bow in one hand, two swords, short swords over the back, and wearing a scale mail shirt. Definitely not from around here. Are you coming?
Are you coming?
Everybody's in such a big old rush.
We're trying to get the job done.
Alright. Coming out of the wagon next is a around 6-footish bipedal owl person wearing a.
We should have all just been animals.
You're the one that messed us up.
Look, every time we start a new campaign, D&D drops a new race I want to play that's fun. So I play 1 billion humans as a DM on Monday night. I get to do something weird. But wearing a kind of a hunter green overcoat that has pockets.
The pocket coat is back.
On both sleeves, there's like cargo pockets. There's deep pockets on the side. Underneath is a blue vest over a very bright green matching his eyes green undershirt and another set of dark green pants. Carrying a staff that is not quite tall enough to actually be a walking stick. Like, he'll have to grab onto the kind of ornate carved top. But definitely a younger Owlin. All the down's gone. But still a little bit fluffy. Also has tied to his waist a kind of like a doctor's bag / messenger bag. And yeah. All right. Do you need any help getting down? I mean, you're wearing all that heaviness.
I am fine. And I'm going to just pick up my scythe and put it on my side. I'm playing a human paladin named Nour, who is similar to your skin tone, kind of a medium bronze color. Mid to late 30s. You can tell that she had her brown hair is starting to gray a bit in places, but it's very finely done up in braids that go down. She has an eye patch over one eye, but you see like ornate jewelry and piercings all over her face. She has like a dark black shroud, and under that you see ornate chainmail and a tunic done up in like what looks to be sort of like a hieroglyphic pattern. And she just stands up about 6 foot tall and casually goes down while smoking a pipe.
Just casually getting yourself lung disease, alright.
Oh, yeah?
Well, paladins are immune
We
to
all die
disease, so
sometime.
Yeah, immune to disease. So paladins are
Oh,
supposed.
fuck.
Because I'm slow, let me get character names one more time. Spence.
Leona morning thing, just Leo or Leona.
I didn't give my
Leona.
name, did I?
What?
No, you didn't.
No.
Neysa.
Shadow full name Shadows Under Storm Clouds, but Shadow.
Huey.
Earl Hawthorne.
Earl. I figured out how to say it.
Earl.
Earl.
My name's Earl.
Earl.
Okay.
It just sounds like a chirp.
So as y'all pile out your wagon, the elder gets out of his rocking chair, walks up and says, "Well, come on, let's get this over with." As he pushes the door to his house open and walks in.
Following. Following.
No,
Holds
this,
in the wings really tight.
y'all follow him. And his house is rather cramped. He's got it's not nice. I mean, he's got a pile of hay that looks like he sleeps on. He's got a table, a few kind of chairs that have been repaired multiple times. The stove. You see him like taking a pot off and pouring them into what seem to be slightly dirty cups before he sets them on the table. And he sits down with one of his own. What do you lot want?
We were informed there was a missing cleric, the Chevalier.
No, funny boy, handsome man. Yeah, he was through here.
I'm glad we're recording because right now it's deciding to be an asshole on internet speed again.
Of course it
Anyway.
is.
I figured he would have given up and returned home by now.
That's very interesting.
How long has he?
He was here a few weeks ago. He said something, finding what was the missing people in the woods. I don't know.
So he has left into the woods.
There's always been rumors of people going missing in the mountains, in the woods, in the roads. It always brings people here, and more people means more trouble.
I mean,
Well,
Cleric
we
was
are
here,
here.
now you're here. Now I've got more trouble to deal with.
Well, we will try to be out of your hair very soon.
You
Well,
lot.
how exactly was he trouble?
There's always. Well, you're here now, so there's that trouble. No,
Have
a
we-
few city
have-
folk show up and cause issues, and things aren't up to their standards. They want these nice beds,
Small town folk do not like to be disturbed.
and
We
very
have-
much like our small
I
town.
We
mean-
have no intention of remaining in your town to cause strife for your people. We simply wish to finish the job that we have been assigned.
Right. Manners. As he pulls out a small something wrapped in rags, and he undoes it and has a loaf of bread and cuts off a few slices before kind of sliding it towards you. We do have hospitality, just in case. Every once in a while we get odd visitors. But no. I'm assuming you're looking for we're talking about the same guy, I don't remember his name.
A cleric and retinue reaching
I don't
for
know.
a slice
Just
of
a-
the bread.
same.
His name was R&D.
His,
Aaron de Chevalier.
Nice
R&D
clothes, had a
Chevalier.
couple
R&D.
of other bigger fellas with them wearing armor and swords and jump.
but that's.
I don't know.
Too late now.
So, by the way, the bread's a little stale.
So
The whole
I
time
still
gonna
just
just
eat it.
But
just
it's
kind
fine.
of prestidigitation it to taste slightly buttery.
Well, then we always thank you for your hospitality. It's very good. Very good, brother.
Very kind.
which direction did this cleric and his people leave town that we may attempt to catch his trail?
Off yonder into the woods. Didn't seem like they were going up the mountain. The pathways and the mines had been closed for quite a long time.
There's a mine here.
Yeah, we used to have an iron mine. When it ran out, the town went under, and now it's just us.
Were we told what his purpose was? He was looking at. Like, I know you told us. I just.
So
So, grandfather, you've had people occasionally just disappear from here, correct?
Oh, that's what the rumors are. There's always people coming asking about missing people. I mean, we did have a few missing kids some years ago, but that's 6 years. Not had anyone missing, but these people show up, they ask these questions, and tell them there's nothing wrong, and they decide we're wrong, and they go off in whatever direction, and well, that's that. And then more people show up, like you.
So,
So this is an ongoing thing in this town.
what I'm kind of getting from our gentleman here is that probably the reason there's reports of missing people is people keep coming out here to look for people that aren't actually missing, and then they end up missing, and then that story makes it back, and then you get us looking for a guy who was looking for a guy who was looking for a guy who was looking for kids about a decade ago.
Let's go
You're
back.
smart,
Yes.
aren't you?
Let's go back to the kids. Were the kids ever found?
Well, I
On
think
my
when they come to
recollection.
being missing.
I don't think we did, but it's been a long time. My brain isn't used to what it used to be.
More than a decade ago, then.
I mean, it's
It's been quite some time. I remember we had, I think it was a werewolf issue. It might have just been wolves. We do get wolves out in these parts from time to time, but they steer clear of the village. And,
And you steer clear of them.
yeah, migratory things.
Any other supernatural creatures?
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna do a divine sense around me just to see if I can sense anything.
You totally feel undead.
Time to kill him.
So what's the range on that?
60
feet.
60 feet.
No, you're not picking up anything.
And then you also got other types like fiend
Yeah.
and stuff
Fiend,
like that.
Fae.
But I'm
That
concerned
you
with
cannot
undead.
say.
You can't. No, oh wait, that's Oath of the Ancients.
Yeah, that's all.
Celestials.
Right.
I'm just worried about the undead one.
Now, tell you what, you guys are going to run your investigation. That's what I say. You're not going to go home until you're done. So, point you in the directions of things that you might want to check out, might not want to check out. I don't know.
Well,
That would be most helpful.
yes, very much so. And thank you so much for the wonderful bread. It was very tasty. Still getting
I reach into my bag and get some jerky and some trail rations and just put it on the table for him.
Yeah, that you just see, just sound like Leona just get like that the fancy deluxe rations that actually have like meat and cheese inside of them. Like, there you go.
Earl puts down that little jar of jelly that you get for free when you stay in a hotel sometime.
Oh God.
Just puts that, just like, it's boysenberry.
I'll pull out 2 of the good berries that I made earlier in the day.
Please tell me you don't pull them from back behind you, because that might be sus.
No, pocket,
Okay.
pocket, pocket.
So, he gets up and he walks outside with everyone. He points at a kind of a now overgrown road, kind of heading north.
Great.
So you
get
take
to
that
be the
road.
barmaid now.
Mm-hmm.
It might be rough travel. It's not been used for quite some time. The road goes up to the mine. The mine should still be sealed up, but no reason to go up there. Nobody goes up there. There's an old game trail out into the woods. It's a bit more travel, not as overgrown. I'm pretty sure the boys you're looking for went that direction, but they might have gone and twisted off and hit that main road and gone home. I don't know. They haven't been back through here since they left.
Oh, well,
Can I do?
So that road off the game trail is off to the south, and then over to the east, about a day and a half, depending on how fast you walk, is there's a lake that way. It's usually where we go and fish during the colder seasons. Usually, if we need it.
How far is it to that lake again?
And it's about a day and a half, depending on who's walking.
Can I do an
Hell, you
insight
won't
check just to
fish.
get a general vibe of this guy?
Vibe
Yeah.
checking.
I'm vibe
Vibe check.
checking. Oh, that's
Earl's just sitting there like, I ain't walking a day and a half for fish.
Did we not?
dirty 20.
We took the bus.
This guy's
We
old.
got dropped off.
He's
right,
crotchety. You're ruining his day.
Oh,
He doesn't like any of y'all.
yeah,
And
it's
as far as
very
he's
nice
concerned, it is exactly what he says. Y'all being here is only going to cause more trouble. may not necessarily be now, but it could be down the road.
If any of us drop more than 5 gold in this town, we have just bankrupted their economy with inflation because of the lack of coin that's in here. Okay, rich kid.
Let's all throw in a little bit, just
we make one person the richest man in town. I got a whole dollar.
So, would it be more helpful to you if we are unable to locate the missing individuals? What if we were to relay that information that it's a moot point, that everyone that's going missing is just, it's their own damn fault? Would that be, would you like us to send that information up the line?
He shrugs. I don't know how these rumors get started.
It's if we don't do it, they're gonna hire more people
So we
to
will
do it.
finish, and one way or the other, we will let them know to stop, because it's only continuing an issue that may not be an issue.
I don't know where the rumors are coming from. I don't know where they're started or where they end.
Who do y'all end up having to pay taxes to?
We haven't paid taxes in a hot minute.
I
Nobody
found
comes
a
around
town
here.
we need to live in. What about interest rates?
Isn't there some kind of nobleman, like a baron or something like that?
I got a brother named that.
Well, we went to him when we had the kid. I'm pretty sure we went to him when those kids went missing, and he said, "Where are y'all from?"
Do
I
he
don't care.
have a name, if you don't mind me asking?
Was it Baron such and such a muckety muck?
I think it was Philippe Phelps.
Philippe Phelps. Okay, Michael Phelps.
Sounds like a swimmer.
Gotcha. Well then, thank you. Thank you so much for the information. What was your name again, son?
I didn't introduce myself, did I? My name is Maximo Scott.
Alrighty then, Mr. Scott.
As he puts on a cowboy hat and spits onto the ground.
Oh, lovely.
So I guess we should start our investigation.
I just guess that. I think we should.
Now, as part of our hospitality, we've got an old monastery just on the outskirts of town there. You can see it through the trees, a bit overgrown, might not be in the best conditions, but y'all can stay the night there.
What time of day is it, DM?
It's new.
It's high noon.
Yeah, get out. Get out of your house.
Alright.
Look, I just want to play that character again.
Is there a priest there that we could know by name?
No, he died about 2 years back. He hadn't gotten a new one. He was an older fella. About his time to go.
Grandfather, so that we don't offend. What deity was the temple or the monastery dedicated to?
Oh, I'll bring it up in a minute. Paler, I think.
Right.
Okay.
Alright.
I know. Yeah, that's right. I know the priest liked it because he said when the sun rises just over the mountain, he said something about it singing. And
Did he happen to have a large statue with him?
no,
I've just heard tales.
I mean, that I haven't heard of any of the tale like that up in my studies.
I had a professor who wandered for a while and ended up having a companion that talked about Palor, and then had a voluptuous lady statue that followed him. I don't know if it's real or not, because that rabbit was 3 hairs gone.
Oh my god. That rabbit
I
was
see what
3
you did.
years gone. That's a
I
beautiful
mean,
line.
that now that you kind of think about it, I did hear about a tale once from just like my time up in the Feywild. It was a bard was telling me a story about that. Don't know that if it's true or not, but anyway, we got a job here to do.
we won't keep you any longer,
Mr. Scott.
See, out of nowhere seems to pull out a pipe and a like what do you want to call it?
Strike match?
Yeah, strike match. He lights it with pipe right out.
Turns out he knows prestidigitation too. Just lights that bitch up.
Uh-huh.
You know what he does now? He just I'm behind on my smoking quota.
So, we should figure out which direction we. I mean, this game trail is closer, and we then would be able to spend the night in
The monastery.
Let's go check out.
The monastery is close by. Like you can
Let's-
see it. It's
let's
just
go
it's a little
see
overgrown.
where
Well, I mean,
sleeping.
but getting things done during the day.
It'll take us 3 seconds just to look in.
Okay, fine.
And we can put down our extra luggage.
What extra luggage?
I mean, most of my
Well,
stuff is
this one
only.
came with 4 steam chests. I'm assuming full of weapons.
No.
A small auto gnome carrying a cannon that doesn't function.
All right, fine. Let's go check out the abandoned monastery.
Also, did you miss the whole boule that we have following us that we named Betsy from? No. I'll
The
stop.
whole boulet.
I say boule instead of bullet.
It's a bullet.
I like boule mostly.
Bullet.
Boletta.
I like boule simply because it makes them sound fancy. Like when they pop up, oh, you did not expect.
No one expects the boulet Inquisition.
Anyway, DM,
Sorry. So,
to the monastery. we're going.
We
Wander our
No.
way to the monastery.
we clumsily make our way out of the house.
we're already out of the house.
Yeah, you're already out of the house. He walked outside. And he pointed at these locations, the 2 trails in the monastery house.
No, he just pointed literally at the map on his wall that is now our mini map. Welcome to Phasmophobia D&D edition. Do you want to go to Bleasdale?
All right. So just to make sure I didn't miss anything, there's a road to the south that has a game trail off of it.
No, that is the game.
That it. Okay, so we came in on like another road.
Main road. So think of the town as a rectangle.
Okay.
So you've got like people's houses on the left and right side, and at the very end is the elder's house.
Okay.
And then, like in between the houses, there's a good amount of space. In between the houses, you can see like older structures, less well kept, like maybe a log storage or a smoke hut.
Okay. So what I'm trying to figure out is which direction did we come into town from?
West.
West.
So I cannot have an item more expensive than 80 gold right now.
Okay. So
That's more than a little. There we go.
all right. So go and look at the monastery.
Check our digs.
So the monastery is.
Make sure there aren't any Kikimoras gonna jump on me while I'm sleeping again.
I mean, it's not gonna fall over. It's not in the best shape. It definitely looks like it hasn't been messed with in the past 2 years, and then even before that, it looks like whoever was trying to keep it up just did not have the strength and time to do everything that needs to be done.
What? I've slept
It's-
in worse.
It is very much a stone structure. It's overgrown a little bit in certain areas with ivy.
Well, it's good to keep the rain off.
Is the roof intact?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in this section,
Are
that
there
section, I can't guarantee.
are there any remnants of the altars or anything?
There's a lot of furniture that's missing from it, and what's there is in bad condition. You've got a couple of chairs with broken legs, or pews that are just more rotted, just from age and use. It seems a lot of the iconography has been removed from this location.
Is there any kind of a niche left in the walls at all?
There's
Would there be is the dais still there? The platform. It's usually it's made out of stone.
well, yes, that's still there.
So.
But like all of the iconography that would have been on the walls, you can see where it went because it's slightly cleaner.
I just want to find the main one and leave a good berry with a quick prayer of we're just spending
Yeah.
spending the time.
You do see the platform where
The pulpit.
the pulpit and everything would be.
Sorry, I'm getting used to using this booklet. Oh, there's my monies.
Oh.
Gonna go up and put 1 gold, so there's a tenth of what I have.
Expensive.
Next to the Goodberry. I know you and my mistress have not always been on the best of terms,
Oh, my wife blessed me with all that gold.
and just no offense, just using this for the couple nights we might be here to get a job done. Also, if you could see your way to possibly blighting a collection agent, I would be greatly appreciate and would think about
While they're
converting.
doing that, I'm taking the remnants of like candles and like chairs and everything and making a makeshift altar to my god in the corner where I'm gonna be sleeping.
aren't
Just
any
goes over,
candles.
just goes into the corner. I'm gonna build my little Baphomet.
So there aren't any candles. 'Cause, candles
Yeah,
aren't
those
cheap.
those
Oh,
would
yeah,
have
that's
been
true.
Yeah.
those would have been ransacked a while
So
ago.
then if they are at the altar, that Leona
But yeah, you
is just
could, like, grab the chairs
getting just a
and the-
couple
what's
of
up, the benches
us
and
at the
put something
pews.
together.
To
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that while they're praying to Paylord.
Okay.
I had no interest in praying to Paylord.
Okay.
All right.
You're over there praying to false gods.
I wouldn't say false god. I just
Not my preference.
not my preference.
Heretics.
Oh well, then this is a nice setup. And then she just starts just pushing together like about 2 pews together for like a little makeshift bed and stuff.
I will point out the pews sag, like in the middle where you put them together.
That's
We can get some soft bedding and help you nest up in there real good.
I mean,
Did
it's
you not
fine.
bring a bedroll?
I did bring.
That corner is going to be mine, but
Right.
right now, while there's still daylight, we should be looking in the woods.
That's probably correct. I claim that rafter.
Fair.
It's
He
fine.
was
Hold on, not
character-
that one. That one's not rotten.
He was just gonna be in the middle of it.
That's
Sorry.
racist, madam. That is racist.
Oh, I wasn't. I
Oh my
wasn't
god, we
speaking
do
in
have a
character.
mostly female party, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Gonna go check the South Road and the game trail thing.
So,
Looking
are all of
for.
y'all gonna go check the game trail?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, I'm gonna actually. Let's see. What is my fly speed? 30. I have the same. It's not like
Accurate.
it's well, they've nerfed Aarakocra anyway. So just gonna go up to just above the. If I go above the tree line, can I still mostly see them if they're going along the game trail, or does it get too dense?
It's a very dense lush forest. Like you can
Okay.
see spots through the canopy.
Okay, so I mean that would answer. If I fly up, I would lose the rest of the party, which Earl would not do. He'll just. This is so dense. Yeah, I'm gonna walk because there's probably not a point to flying through.
Would y'all like to split up?
I feel that's a bad idea.
Where would we? What else would we split to do at the moment?
One goes to the game trail and the other one goes. What was the other trail?
The lake is a day and
That
a
the
half
lake
away.
is
You got
about
a
a
lake.
day
Oh,
and a day and a
They,
half.
they
max.
have, here's the thing. They catch that fish, they're hauling dead fish back like a day.
No,
and
you
a half.
you smoke it on the lake
Oh,
shore.
Yeah.
I didn't take home that.
In any case, if we check the local space first, then we eliminate that, then we could trek to the lake.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds
So-
easy enough.
How well traveled does this game trail look at this point?
It's in better shape than the road leading up to the mines. It's still a little overgrown, but it seems to get retreaded once every blue moon.
Okay, so want to be looking for tracks that would be a little older, like from. Have we been told how long De Chevalier has been missing?
You weren't given a right date, but you could assume anywhere from a few weeks to a month or so.
So
Yeah, he probably was
checking
wearing-
tracks for.
But he was probably wearing armor because he is a cleric, right?
Yeah.
And
And he did have a retinue.
Mr. Scott said he had
Maybe
armed
paladins and
people
other
with
clerics.
it,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, so that means that there would be some churned up fucking ground.
Mm.
I'm sorry, not talking in character. I'm trying to still go slightly country because it was an old default of mine.
So, checking for tracks, survival.
Yeah.
No.
Why is the first thing I roll? Don't.
Well, it didn't help.
Did we get inspos at all?
Inspirations? Maybe.
We gotta earn some.
We gotta
Yeah.
earn some.
I got a 22.
Okay. Well, you find what you think are tracks. They're old, quite faded, overgrown. The plants that would have been trampled have recovered or more spruced up again. You do see like little indentations. You can't quite tell what kind of tracks they are.
I think this might be the way. Would you?
This is the way.
Yes.
I'll follow. I mean,
I'll go first. And I just walk up.
I'll fall in behind the giant meat shield with a scythe.
Basically, just what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to see if the tracks ever disappear or stop.
Yes.
So when we get to that point, it just looks like they disappear. Is there anything else that could indicate passage?
Disappear is not the right word, as in they've kind of been just faded out from time. But you can go a little bit further and find the remnants again. Like these are old. They're not fresh, and like I said, you can't really tell exactly what made the tracks.
Yeah. I forgot about my pencil. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Literally trying to hijack my own redneck brain here. Any signs of active predator population? Like the guy mentioned wolves. Any predominant wolf sign?
Not this close to the town.
Okay.
Y'all are still relatively close.
So, let's say we travel 3 hours out of town and investigate that far.
I'm fine with that.
Because
it
then
means we'll
we'd
get
still-
back by 6.
Then we'd still be able to make it back by dark.
By the way, are we supposed to eat this?
What is that?
I don't know. I found it on a tree.
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to eat things you find on the tree.
The way it's.
Yeah, don't eat that.
Why would you just pick something up and ask if you would eat it? Like, if you don't think you should eat it,
It's a
don't eat
learning
it.
experiment. I mean, I learned truffles are good the hard way.
But you don't pull
I mean,
those
if
off
you're
a tree,
if you're so
dig them up
curious,
from
you can
under.
go ahead and eat it.
Don't eat it.
Just puts it back and watches the lizard shoots up a tree.
You didn't
Probably
say
smart.
lizard. I would have said give it to me.
So y'all are traveling 3 hours south.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all travel following the tracks best you can. They are dispersed. They do come and go. You walk a little ways, you pick them back up. Every once in a while they do veer off into the woods a little bit. Maybe you could tell maybe whatever made these tracks might have spotted something, wanted to go have a closer look, and then came back.
I got a feeling those tracks went off the poop.
You can go check if you like.
I don't want them.
So at this point, you're pretty deep into the woods. There's no sign of life. It is quiet. You don't. Outside of the tracks that you've been following, you don't really see anything. There seems to be just a little bit of a hanging fog, like like if you had to make humidity visible. It's kind of like that.
So now,
Yes.
As much as I appreciate the humidity, this seems rather too quiet for a living forest.
Hold up, check for something.
It is very quiet.
What are your passive perceptions?
19,
He's 17.
14.
I expertise my
Same.
profession.
17. Also, passive stealth is 16.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
I'm also gonna. I was gonna divine sense.
I'd say it's the absence of everything.
Oh.
With
How
your design sense, I'd say you might be a little unsettled, because you always expect to pick up like faint traces of something.
I pull out my scythe.
Is everything alright?
So, Leona,
Mm-hmm.
with your past perception,
Mm-hmm.
you swear you hear something, a whisper, almost like you. It's very quick, but you swear you hear something just kind of off to your left. Just go this way.
Shadow, did you say come this way?
What?
I heard a whisper that said come this way.
Wasn't me.
Hmm.
I didn't see it.
This way. Did the voice sound normal? What kind of vibe or anything?
It sounded
to this?
normal.
Vibe check the random voice in the forest.
So,
That they said this way, but I don't know which way.
did you recognize the voice?
No.
I'll do a
No.
perception check.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a perception check too.
Can I as well?
Yeah.
Nope.
God, that's a low roll.
Got one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask if I can do an investigation check, because voices in the forest, people disappearing.
That was a 12.
I
on the
sort
low
of
roll.
went to college.
Aren't you a college graduate at this point?
16.
Okay. What did you get, Leon?
I got a 12.
Okay.
But is it alright if I do an investigation?
Yeah, do an investigation.
Alright, first time I've rolled you. Oh! 25.
Holy!
I'm checking for like signs of Fae or anything like. Did we possibly step into something's domain?
Trixie hobbitses.
You're tracing your steps back. I'll get to you in a minute.
Okay.
So you're tracing your steps back, and you don't remember anything sticking out. You don't recall seeing any like rings of mushrooms or any like twisted branches making an arc or anything like that. I would say you do remember in your studies. You spent a little bit of time reading about monsters. You remember reading about monsters that would lure people into their doom so they could be devoured, but the ones that you're recalling are mostly live in like swamps, and their whole idea is to coax people into the water where they would drown them, but you don't see any water around.
So nothing like throwing off like fetch vibes or. Right. I don't think. Could be wrong, because I'm not from the country, but I'm also not from a big city. I don't think we're dealing with Fae. I'm not getting that. I'm not vibing. Great.
Uh-oh.
You're up. You made the mistake.
We are not dealing with the things, and that it could be.
So, as Earl is explaining this to you, you're scanning. There's fog of sorts, so you can't like see super far out the woods, but you catch something in the corner of your eye. You don't like. It's one of those things where you see it in your corner, but you go to look and it's not there. But you swear you see something moving.
Bipedal, amorphous shape, or
Well, it's like a shadow in the fog a little bit, but it looks bipedal. It's walking like a typical walking speed. Looks like it might be human, from what you gather.
That's not comforting.
while Earl is I can't do it. I can't.
Earl.
I can't. Not in an accent.
It's Earl.
Earl.
Earl. I will accept that.
While Earl is talking,
You didn't put the umlaut like it's supposed to have.
I can't.
I can't do it.
There is a limit to how the mouth functions, okay?
It's eat, exante, goo, Earl a lot.
As he is speaking, without actually turning to face it, because won't be able to catch it, but wait till he takes in a breath and say, sneaking around in the forest is the mark of a traitor or a bastard.
Is that an insult towards us?
Traitor bastard.
Are we sneaking in?
Oh.
And just gently point over my shoulder.
I guess I'll do an investigation check over her shoulder.
I will aid.
Okay.
Oh, I get an aid. Oh boy.
And while you're doing that, remember when I asked about the flaming sphere earlier? I'm the one that has flaming sphere.
If you set this forest on fire.
I don't make any promises nor denials.
He's being the professor.
I am no
17.
professor.
Okay.
I
What is
realized
that
I
So-
put a 0 for my investigation.
What are
even
you
though I'm
like? What
proficient.
part of this are you trying to investigate?
Like I'm going
You're going
around and going up to
Where she pointed?
yeah,
Okay.
with my sight out.
Okay.
I would like to keep my head on a swivel, knowing that this thing is being sneaky like that, and just waiting for the good girl ambush, clever girl ambush.
Okay.
Just gonna stay kinda in the middle.
So, y'all roll. Did anybody roll perception or just some investigation?
Yeah, he had just rolled an
Just rolled
investigation. And
investigation.
I had failed my
So
perception check.
you go where she's pointed. You don't find anything. Just no footprints, just dead limbs, typical forest foliage.
Are you sure you saw something?
Out of corner of eye, as sneaky things do.
I'm getting a spoopy vibe from this forest, so I'm
There
not
is-
doubting it.
Something here,
At this
or
point,
nothing.
I would like to go ahead and spend my detect magic for that
Okay.
30-foot radius.
Uh-oh. Can't seem to sense anything. Now that's unsettling.
So, the 30-foot radius, detect a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. Learn schools of magic. If any. And I'll start walking
Visible.
toward.
So, like, do you have to see the whole thing, or maybe see a part of?
It. All it says is, if you sense magic with the detect magic, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic.
Okay. Yeah, you sense magic.
But if I'm not seeing the shadow thing,
No, you sense something kind of nearby, but it's weird. It's like
I-
on the ground.
I would like to track it to find whatever it is I'm pinging off of.
Yeah.
And can I tell what school of magic it is?
Cannot tell what school of magic it is.
That's fun.
However, you do very easily track it. It's not moving,
Okay.
but it looks like a stick that's halfway buried.
What's that halfway there?
A stick.
Stick.
A stick.
You got a shovel handle out the ground.
Does it look like worked wood or like a
No,
branch?
it looks like a root. And I will say, you walked a little bit more and you didn't notice this before, but it's a bush. It's in front of you. And there's roses on it.
So a random root and a rose bush.
Mm-hmm.
The rose bush is not connected to the root.
It seems like the rose bush might be connected to the root. It does go underground.
They hang out down there. They have a club.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know
I'll.
what to do.
It is just a budding relationship.
I'll
Oh.
nice.
Jeez.
I will. I'll point that out, but I'm not going to approach too closely.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll call them over and say, if we've been traveling together for a while, few of you have the invisible hand thing, yes?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, you want to do it? Go ahead.
Just, do you summon Mage Hand?
That
If you do it, Earl's going to do it at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Earl's Mage Hand is actually invisible. So you just, it's there, I promise.
That.
Go poke where we won't get hurt.
Alright, then that you just see like this ethereal looking kind of like icy blue dragon kind of claw hand for a mage hand. It just goes and then try to poke at the
So
little stick.
two Mage Hands are now poking the bush.
Okay, so you poke the bush.
Can I grab it and see
Are you grabbing the root?
Are you okay? What part are you grabbing?
that you say that it is halfway buried, so whatever part is sticking up.
So you're gonna pull on the root.
Weighs way more than 10 pounds. Just gonna see if I can pluck. The
Right.
invisible hand's just gonna pluck a flower.
Okay, so for the root, I mean, you tug on it. You see it, you pull a little bit with your mage hand, but it's only like what, 5 pounds? Roots. Okay, so 10 pounds. Roots don't come out of the ground easy.
Right.
Like you can see it, like,
We're just trying
Wow.
to
Hug?
cause a
Mage
reaction.
Hand can tear someone's ear off.
but yeah, the roots not
Nothing
coming
happened?
up.
Yeah, it could, Chris.
So,
Nothing happens.
So,
I'm
do you pluck the
watching.
flower?
Yeah, the Mage Hand will pluck a flower.
Yeah, you pluck up the flower off the bush.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, I'll be right back. Y'all keep going.
Okay.
Just let me know if Earl dies.
Anyway,
Yeah, he plucks the flower.
alright, so I don't know what.
We'd like to do turn a slow circle and see if there's anything else happening around us. And I've still got detect magic up. Like that's a 10-minute concentration. I'm gonna hold on that.
Yeah, there's something magical about this bush. Maybe it's just a rose bush growing out in the forest that was planted by someone, or don't know. It seems to be a lot healthier in the middle of the woods than it really should be.
So there's still no like animal noises, insect noises, or anything.
It's dead quiet.
Hmm. Let's see.
I want to go back to where I was standing when I saw the thing out of the corner of my eye, and keep walking farther down the path.
Saying further down the path to the east or to the left?
No, to the south.
Oh, to the south. Okay.
So at this point, you are off the beaten path.
Where did the game trail go?
Eventually it did sputter out. You were following tracks.
Okay.
Y'all were able to follow tracks.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to where the tracks were, and then you go to like where you saw the apparition out of your eye, out the corner of your eye. And again, there were no tracks there. And you go a little bit further, and you end up right back where everybody else was in front of the rose bush.
Oh. You walked that way, but you back here by us.
I think I know why
Like you
people
made a
are
big circle.
lost.
Okay, so while I was walking and I still had detect magic up, was I sensing anything else?
No. Like, even with you being able to track and sense where this bush is, it doesn't make sense in your brain how you ended up back here, because it was always over there, and yet now it's in front of you.
I think I know why people get lost.
Why is that?
Something is wrong with this forest. Or maybe this bush, I don't know.
Well,
Wait.
of course something is wrong with the forest. It's not alive.
Whenever that Earl had basically picked a flower, did like another flower grow back in its place, or no?
Did anything happen in the aftermath of him picking the flower? I mean,
No. Hang on. One moment.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to switch over and take a quick break?
Oh, we can?
Yeah, we can. You want to take a break?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, no, we can.
okay.
Uh-oh. That means
Uh-oh.
something's happening.
That means something's about to happen. We will be right back.
Yep.
I don't.
We're gonna
don't
take a
know.
quick break.
You don't know.
There
Here,
should be
I
a
got it.
transition. I'll let Greg
Chris
take
got
care
it.
of it.
Oh no.
What?
This way. And well, he usually has it on the studio.
There's another transition.
No, I think it'll be waiting.
Oh yeah, waiting. There we go.
And then
We'll be right back.
And we're unmuted.
And we're back.
Yay, we're back.
Hey!
Yep.
Time to die.
I've got sugar. We are good.
I have something that's supposed to taste like peanut butter, but it tastes more like just getting peanuts out of a bag.
It
and
looked
like
dry.
It's a peanut wafer from the Saigon market.
Anyway,
They're good. You want one?
So,
I would try one later.
We are ready to die.
Wizard, do you know anything about this kind of magic?
I'm sorry, I have my pencil like marked so I can go to my spells.
Would you like a?
Is
would
this
you
an
like
arc? No. This is an arc. Would this be an Arcana check?
Yes.
23. Am I familiar with this? Is this?
Familiar with it.
Hmm?
You're not familiar with it.
Damn, these are some IUCs.
This is, the rosebush is alive.
The trees
Well, I'm just saying-
are alive. There's just nothing alive in the trees. You need a drink?
Dry ass wafer.
I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should not
What I
use a
mean is-
wafer if you're going to.
That's not what I want.
I wouldn't want a cracker.
Fuck off. No, what I'm asking DM is I'm assuming the Tabaxi, much like the player has explained to me, walked in one direction until they came back
Yes.
Well, we saw.
to the rose bush
We saw
from it, and we all saw that, right?
Yes.
This seems like it would be some type of magic, similar to something along the lines of, like, okay, this is the player talking.
Yeah.
Sounds similar to, and if someone has the internet accessible on their phone, because even though I got a new phone, I am still
What are you
Luddite.
looking for?
Dimension Door is a
It's transmutation, isn't
transmutation magic.
It's,
It's
not
not-
transmutation.
It's not ringing a bell
No.
with
It is-
those
it is
with
not-
these. That's what I'm just trying to check. It's the effect, or could I at least surmise it's similar, even if it's not that school? Like, I'm not casting detect magic or identify. Just would I be able to come
it?
up?
Plane shifting is like conjuration.
Conjuration.
Okay, so big thing, not
Mhm.
plain
But
shit.
that's,
Yeah.
but that's the thing is I had
Dimension door would
detect
probably-
magic on this entire time. I should be registering a school of magic, and I'm not being told a school of magic.
Okay, so that's a key bit of information that I didn't have a second ago.
So,
what I'm saying is that just going to 23, it's not familiar. I at least know there are magics that can do it.
Yes. Yes, you know there's magics that can do this.
Right. Okay. Got it. That's what I'm trying to check. Look, there's things like Dimension Door and teleportation that can allow you to.
the spell that I cast should have shown me that if that was happening. to me.
This ain't that. This is a natural phenomenon that is not natural.
If it was
that doesn't make
dunamantic
sense.
in origin,
No, it is
that would still
100%
show up for
accurate.
me,
This is
would
how
it
science
not?
works.
What do you mean?
If it's dunamantic, this is again player knowledge, but dunamancy is a canonical school of magic now. That is
Right.
graviturgy and chronology. So if it was a time shift effect or a gravity well effect, I should have registered that with my detect magic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not that.
It's
Nope.
not that.
Are you homebrewing this? Is this
Yes.
as the player, this is very frustrating.
There is something else at play here.
Like I said, this is not magic, which means it isn't something that is naturally occurring. However, based upon the knowledge that I have, I'm also going to tell you that this is a unnatural occurrence. So right now we're dealing with what is called a unknown unknown.
Are you saying that it's above the normal? What is the word?
I'm going to say it's not quite paranormal. It might be extra normal.
Isn't that the same thing?
No.
About what time of day is it now? Is it about mid-afternoon?
Yeah, it's a little bit later.
Okay,
Mid-afternoon.
so here's the problem. Since since we've already, like, there is experience happening where I try to go one place and I can't get to the place I tried to go. We should turn back now.
We're just gonna probably end up right back here, though.
We should
I got an
turn.
explorer's kit. I'm going to take the rope out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on
You-
to it.
I'm
And
gonna be honest,
walk
you're gonna
into the
go 50
forest.
feet and then you're gonna drag me.
I will tie my rope on as well to give you 100 feet.
You're gonna go
I'll
100
get to you in a
feet and you're
second.
gonna start dragging me.
So,
We're giving him 100 feet of fish line.
so Spencer,
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
Leona.
Leona,
Mm-hmm.
with your 19 past perception, you hear it again. The voice.
Oh.
Same one, a bit more panicked. This way, away, danger.
Which way is it coming? Which ear?
There's more.
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming from one location. Each word is from a different location.
I don't like this.
Into the woods.
It's
And so my next question is, would you look at where the voices are coming from?
probably so, yes.
Okay, and as you do, you spot what looks to be humanoid bipedal shrouded figure in this kind of fog moving between the trees. But like as you expect it to pass like a tree between you and it,
Mm-hmm.
you expect it to come out the other side. It doesn't. And you turn to the next word and you see it coming out of the tree and then to the next. Not like out of the tree, but the tree blocks your vision.
Oh shit, we got
Going to release.
Now you're the only one that hears it.
Spell slots.
You see it. You see Leona kind of start looking around. Are you still walking off into the woods with the rope tied around you?
I don't see any reason why not to.
Okay.
Aside from me thinking this is probably a stupid idea, but I'm going to do it
Okay.
anyway.
So yeah, Nour
I
starts walking off. Nour
Now,
She gave me the rope. I
starts
don't.
walking off into the woods.
I'm attaching another 50-foot length to give 100 feet,
Okay.
and I'm watching.
I'm just gonna,
Now we're walk away and watching the rope. Like we would
and I'm
see
gonna
if the
have
rope
my
starts
sights
bending.
ready. in case
Just
anything-
holding it and letting it, I guess. Not actually holding this tight.
Okay.
Just letting it slide through the hands.
But like watching the rope to see if it start. Because if Nour is actually going to start walking in a circle without realizing it, the rope is going to get caught on trees and shit. Like we'll see that.
Yeah. So as you're walking,
Mhm.
You're a pendulum now. Wait.
so do you go about 50 feet out and stop, or do you just keep going?
I gave you
I-
100 feet.
Would you know that?
I
I
would have
would-
seen
like,
that.
Am I
Okay.
supposed to hold this tight?
No.
Just
Do you want
keep
the
a
rope
hold
burn
of
if
it.
something happens? No.
No, I don't.
No. Just
So,
hold it
I'm
as a
going to
guide.
get to about 50 feet, and then I'm going to do a perception check.
Okay.
Why do I feel like this is fucking Stargate and we're just holding on to a rope on the opposite side as we let one person go through the jelly and
Because
brain?
it is.
You got a 15?
Yeah.
Alright. Let me think and use my words.
Use your word brain.
You're looking around, but you feel something tight. Something start getting tight around your ankle, lower calf.
Mm-hmm.
You look down, and there is a vine coming out of the ground, coiling itself around your leg. It's thorny.
Oh, I'm going to cut it.
Okay.
Okay.
Everything
You
alright?
can attack roll. Everybody else, get your initiatives ready.
Okay. That I had saw the figure again. Throughout all everywhere, saying that they didn't
Well,
know.
not great.
So you want to throw this
Oh,
out
yeah.
there.
Oh,
So
But-
we need to fix
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Yeah, move stuff off.
Now we're newer.
Now
It's now like
Oh,
sour.
God.
Now we're 50 feet away. Put that.
1, 2, 3,
So
4,
that's going to be where the
5,
rose bush
6,
is. So I'm assuming
7,
you're walking away from the rose
8.
bush.
Yeah.
9,
So he-
10, 50 feet away.
That should be on the other side of you guys.
Move now we're back to where she was.
Wait.
And then move us towards the center. I'm thinking about camera.
Okay.
All right, so you showed initiative. God, those things are
1,
trash
2,
shit.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3,
Get back over here.
4,
Where'd you
5.
go?
Right there. 1, 2, 3.
I wish I kept whatever it rolled before.
7.
I'm
8,
on brand.
9, 10.
10.
I got a 17 on initiative.
8!
9.
10.
Nice.
That should be on the other side of you guys. So
Oh, it's
that's
behind
that's
us.
well, if y'all are looking at the rose bush, that's what it is.
I'm holding the rope, looking at where Nour's going.
We didn't
Okay, so
really
it's
have we
behind
didn't
you.
really have it like figured out like
Yeah.
Right there. I was,
Well, I'm gonna say let it lie where it is because
Yes.
of the position now. It's kind of meta. But
So y'all would have been watching
Yeah.
now.
I know that
This
that
thing's
Earl
actually
would have
at
been
first.
50 feet from Nour because he's the one holding the rope.
Okay. So
has it been 10 minutes?
no, you still no, not quite. You're still detecting magic from this bush.
And I'm not feeling anything from behind us. It
Nothing
didn't
changes.
transmogrify or
It did
anything?
not transmogrify.
Okay.
So Leona, where's your roll?
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Yep.
Shadow,
9.
Earl,
8.
no.
17.
There's back shot. Hey, here's the deal for Earl. If he dies, he ain't got to pay back them loans.
Until you realize that one of them is a necromancer, one of the collection agencies, just a bunch of
Come back.
necromancers.
You realize zombies don't make no money.
Slave labor.
Oh god.
Even worse. All right. So
So
Now-
working at Walmart.
you had this vine crawl up around you. Make your attack roll.
That's a little better. 17.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
That was your first of 2 attacks.
I'm gonna use my savage attacker, and I'll take that other one.
Okay. That was just that. I gotta remember.
11
how to roll
damage.
right.
Okay. Yeah, you cut it easily.
Yeah.
Very easy.
Yeah, I cut it easily. I don't see anything around me going on.
No, it's just this vine came up out of the ground and was wrapping its way around your leg.
Okay, I'm just gonna look at see. Can I see the party farm?
Oh,
Or do
probably. You're only 50 feet away.
I don't see anything. There's a
So you're
vine.
saying that
Yeah.
as you see this rose bush with multiple vines reach forward.
Of course.
Who's
I'm
closest?
It's a toss up between
I'm gonna
you.
end my turn going.
It's between Shadow and Earl.
Alright.
I'm gonna spend the rest
Hold
of
on.
my turn going. up
No, this
forward.
is a D3. Never mind.
Okay.
I got a D3.
So I'm not gonna get
Okay.
there.
I was
But
gonna say even our odds for the DM, but I grabbed the wrong dice.
Okay.
It's a D3.
So,
You actually
Shadow.
got 3. Yo.
an attack coming your way.
Okay.
Oh no.
So that nat 20.
Alright. So they miss.
Oh.
That's good.
As these vines move and attempt to grab you, your cat senses kick in, and you manage to do the cat scared leap just out of your boots.
Makes sense.
you do the
Away.
I never said I was wearing boots. I
There-
will leap
there-
out of my
there's
skin.
a layer of fluff where you were.
Oh hell no! I learned I'm allergic.
As the vines from this rose bush were attempting to grab you.
Give an unholy wow.
Leona, you're up. As you
Alright.
see Shadow jump forward, and you now have these vines from this plant moving fairly quickly, very unplant-like.
Well, then that she is just going to just basically look at it and just going to be like, well, that we could have had this budding relationship, but I guess I'm just going to have to just use just some weed killer, and I'm going to need it to give a wisdom saving throw.
Because vicious?
Okay.
Mockery.
What's wisdom saying?
Okay.
Bard is barding.
Yeah. What's that DC?
16.
Okay.
Pass or fail?
It fails.
Okay. Good deal. So that's going to be 4 points psychic damage, and then that it will have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay.
And then that my bonus action, that you just see her just start just playing a little tune on her ocarina, as just like this miniature looking, you know, kind of like translucent silvery dragon comes on, just going to be like, I think that you need a little bit of help, Shadow, so that you know that we can set this thing on fire. And then you are going to get a bardic inspiration.
What
Plant.
ratio? Okay.
D6.
Cool.
And then it's that, and then she is going to move back.
Pretty green dragon dogs.
Hold on. I was right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Comes up on the other side of it immediately.
Okay. And
Trips
then,
over the road.
oh yes, and then you also have magical things to do with my bardic inspiration, but we will get to
What?
on yes, creation bar, note of potential.
It does other things than when I use it.
Yes.
Okay.
That
Cool,
we will get to
cool,
that.
cool.
End of my turn.
Okay.
I think that's me, unless this thing is
Shadow.
soloing. Okay. Using my feline agility, I am going to take my 2 times movement and then
Okay.
not move on my next turn to be able to regain that. So that's gonna put me at 60 feet away. I just want to put the distance. Counting here.
What's its attack range?
No clue.
Mm-hmm.
At least 10 feet. Just based off of the minis.
12 dots. Okay. And then while running was pulling out bow, turn around and then taking 2 Parthian shots. That's gonna be a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Nice.
Sorry, 18 to hit math.
Nice, and then
Yeah,
that,
that'll hit.
and then that
Cool.
basically immediately after that you basically.
I didn't use
Oh,
it
yeah,
yet.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
I didn't use it yet.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pop the hunter's mark onto it for the extra d6 there. Yeah, so
Did,
again,
so,
numbers here.
Okay, that works. Just understand
Math is
it.
difficult.
So whenever did they use the
13.
inspiration on the
13
damage?
damages. 13
Okay.
damages.
Mm.
And then taking a second shot. There we go. 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
And whee, that's
Okay.
fun. 19 pierces.
as the cat ran off, did it take an attack of opportunity?
It did not.
Okay.
Alright, that's gonna be all for me right now.
Ye-
With Hunter's Mark up, I do believe my Detect Magic drops.
So
Mhm.
It is concentration.
you managed to hit the like this kind of wreathing spiral of vines, and as you're starting to run away, you see kind of vines start ripping up the ground around you, and as your second arrow hits, they all just collapse onto the
Hmm.
ground
Okay.
as this bush is no longer moving.
Earl's just gonna turn his head 180 degrees. Well,
Never seen anything like that before.
So we're out of combat?
Yeah.
no.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So, okay, so for mechanics, did the target drop to 0 hit points?
Yes.
Okay, so on a subsequent turn of mine, I can use a bonus action and I can maintain the Hunter's Mark for an hour.
Okay.
So,
Correct?
okay,
I believe that's
you-
right.
now, fun fact, DM might not allow this. You could technically then bump it onto a cricket and then keep said cricket in your pocket as long as you maintain concentration until whatever the spell's duration is, 1 hour.
It's an hour from now.
And then if there was another fight, you could squish cricket and then bounce.
Well, there's no other life in this forest.
Correct. I'm just saying,
technically.
technically you could do that because that's one thing Devin did, and he kept a cricket in his mouth for like an hour.
Why did you keep a cricket in his mouth?
Because he was playing a lizard folk.
Oh. And he,
Could I?
Food
wait a
for
minute,
was
wait a
not
minute, wait a minute.
smart.
Hang on. Technically, does that mean that I could hunter's mark one of the party just to make sure that it stays up? Would it matter?
Technically,
matter.
yes. You would then know their
Okay.
whereabouts for however
I'm
long.
gonna mark my friend Leona then, man.
The next turn?
Huh?
It's
Yeah.
got to be your subsequent
Yeah.
turn.
Anyway, that's all. So it seems to be. I'm not moving, man. I got staying over here, man.
so
Violence
this
trying to hurt me.
this tangle of rose bushes isn't moving, Earl.
All right. Just like I said, Earl's head does that owl 180
Nice.
looks, and he's gonna go. All right. So I guess everybody else just sees Owl's chest or the Earl's chest still pay the head just. Do y'all want me to set it on fire?
Would you set the entire forest on fire?
No. I have a mite bit more control than that.
Burn it with fire. Tierra del fuego. Let's go.
No. All right. So I guess he's doing this until gets up and ruins our fucking Christmas. So go back to my very awkward in the booklet on how to do spells. It's dots. This is gonna get worn out so fast.
Just don't do it that way then.
Hell no, I like it. I'm filling in dots. I really wish I had taken Firebolt instead of Frostbite at this point. Gonna expend one of them second level spell slots.
One of them there, second level.
And technically, since it is prone, correct?
Yes.
Range spells would not do a great job because they'd be at disadvantage.
I don't think you'd have a hard time hitting this thing.
You just take the flaming
Okay,
sphere.
party. Scorching Ray or Flaming Sphere?
Doesn't the flaming sphere stay in place?
Yeah, it does.
In case it comes
And
back.
I have a mini.
Light it on fire.
So that
That's
is
beautiful.
just got some of the Flaming Sphere.
Oh my god.
Oh no, it hit.
I'm
it
on
hit
fire!
Earl.
Oh god.
Oh no!
It's the whole situation with the crafting bench and the cook station all over again.
Oh no, and then he set the whole forest on fire.
We
It's
just come
like
back.
California.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I love California, everyone.
I don't, but they don't need to be on fire.
That'd be nice.
And the sky is gray.
So anyways,
Forest
so you
fires
set it
in
on fire.
California.
This thing doesn't make a noise. It starts other than crackling of burning wood, burning plants.
Yeah, it's just 2d6.
Um,
I'm assuming since it's incapacitated, it's failing that dex save.
it's burning.
So just gonna keep that there, and Earl's gonna back up.
So, as this thing burns, it's producing smoke. It's producing a lot of smoke. That's a lot of smoke.
We need
If that's a part of your spell,
No.
to go.
It is.
Oh shit! Is this thing made out of poison ivy?
did you check the is the surrounding all dead, or is it? Are we in like
It
that
literally
weather?
sets 1 5-foot square on fire and doesn't move.
Can I
But
make
what
a
if that is all dry grass in that 5-foot square?
That doesn't work that way.
Can I
magic.
make a
But
quick
there's fireworks.
perception check to see
I don't
if
know.
that
We haven't talked
if
about
that's
fire
not that
union.
shadowy figure is still saying with those voices and stuff
No,
like that?
it said what it said, and you saw movement between trees, and now you don't see.
I'm gonna cut the rope and start roping it back.
You don't gotta cut it. You can just untie the knot. Do you know how much this rope costs?
I
It's
bolted,
expensive.
$5 copper.
Well, 50% of that is mine.
Earl and Nour, we have a flaming rose bush to deal with now.
How is the smoke behaving? Is it going up, or are we dealing with barometric pressure where it's?
We need to get the hell out of here now.
You know it will not
way?
affect me, but maybe y'all should.
That the
I'll be
only
fine. I can.
that they
goes up like
I don't
6
know
feet
that
up.
you know
It's
that the
just-
voice
Okay.
that I had tried to relay
I can do
before
that, but it doesn't seem fair.
It's fine. You do.
Also,
what
there's
you need
tree
to do.
branches everywhere. This is a bad idea on my part.
Okay.
Okay,
Hang on.
I'm just gonna slowly back up and just watch.
Okay.
What direction are we facing at this moment? What
The rose
cardinal
bush.
direction?
Yeah,
We came south of town. What cardinal direction are we facing right now?
Let's see.
You think it's south.
Okay, so what we should do is we should try keeping an eye on this thing, but still making our way back to town.
Well, I mean, fire's gone. All the fire's gonna be gone in about a minute. Like it will. Has it been a minute, DM?
Sure.
So fire's out, smoke dissipating or clinging.
Billowing.
All right, that's weird.
Well,
And
let's
in
just,
fact, at this point, you are starting to see smoke rise up and out of the ground in various areas, even as far as 50 feet out.
Oh no.
Like the vine you cut, like the point in the ground where you cut,
It
you
had
see smoke coming
it
out.
had
of
a root network.
okay, can I do a quick survival check to see if I can find the pathway?
Yeah.
You know, we'll just. I'm a little bit frazzled. I got a 2.
You don't find it. In fact, as you start to look around where you thought it might be, nothing seems familiar. Like even the moss and the trees, just like was it always facing that way?
I don't think we're.
No, we are currently stuck in a geographic anomaly.
Okay, so what are we deciding to do then? Are we going to try to
what-
run, or are we going to stay here while whatever this is comes for us?
Well, I light up my pipe and I'm like, this smoke is bad for you. We should keep going backwards.
I mean,
Honestly, I ain't from the woods. One of y'all that's a little bit better. Try to figure out way back to the village and we just go back. We got. She has a whole pew nest.
that you know that may be fine and dandy, but before we had fought whatever that was, it was that the voices that said that like it was jittery and almost nervous sounding, like just almost desperate in a sense of like that they wanted that they needed us to head east for something. I don't know what.
That east.
Or to the left.
On your left?
Cardinal directions are hard right now.
Well,
Do
man,
any of us have a
honestly,
compass,
you don't
like-
ask a cardinal for directions.
Oh,
You
As
ask
it
a-
happens, I have a compass
You
right
ask a
here.
J.
Dude, does anybody have a compass?
I got an
Explorer's
explore.
pack have a compass?
I have.
I would hope it would.
Does it?
I
don't
have
remember.
a entertainer's pack, so no.
I have to go. I have to check something because I didn't write down if I had a kid.
Oh.
I took the sage background. I might not have a kid. I might be out there in my skivvies.
You might just
So-
have a medkit back roll.
Explorer's pack does not have a compass, which seems like a grievous oversight.
Yeah. I had 10 torches though. And a medkit.
Yeah. I mean, you don't lead off the ground.
Yeah, that's true.
That's gets important.
I don't have a kid. I don't have a kid. I
Okay,
got
so-
languages. I got a quill, a small knife, common clothes, and a pouch and a bottle of ink.
So does it seem like we've set like an underground root network to smoldering, like a peat bog?
It wouldn't be too far fetched. Like, okay, so that.
But the
that
smoke
might-
itself isn't behaving normally.
Right. And what you'd expect the underground root network that's now you suspect to be on fire isn't behaving normally either.
Also, it shouldn't be doing that.
Lack of a better way to put it, feels like you guys are being enveloped in smoke. The like even off into the woods, the fog that was there is quickly becoming a inky black smoke.
I mean, we got two options. We can leave, or we can sit here and then I ain't got to pay back my loans.
I'm gonna bow over shoulder, and I'm gonna climb a tree.
Okay.
I have a 30-foot climbing speed. How tall are the trees?
Tall.
I'm climbing a tree.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can see anything.
And Earl's flying.
The Earl will just keep pace as the cat's climbing. Like,
Okay.
you ever seen this do this before?
Nope, and I want to see what it's
I'm
doing.
just gonna sit next to the tree.
Okay.
It's like, well, if we die, we die.
Oh, sour, yeah.
Going
No,
to,
that's. Man, I'm gonna do that the whole damn campaign on that. Sour Patch Kid.
So what are you doing, Leona?
going to try to make one more perception check to see that if it's some kind of path or anything to notice.
Okay.
No, let's not use that one. No, not a 20. Not a D20.
Decisions.
There it is. Okay, then that is a 28.
Yeah, roll.
Nice.
Yeah, you spot off in the fog, you spot the shrouded figure.
Mm-hmm.
You see its movements, you see arms moving, and just its motions in the fog. It almost seems like it's backpedaling and motioning, but like I said, it's blurred shadow.
As in, like, backpedaling, like, come on this way or something?
Back-
Possibly.
Alright, then that just gonna just, like...
I will say this
Mm-hmm.
the smoke is rapidly moving in.
Gonna start immediately, just walking towards it without saying anything.
We're
Okay.
losing Leona.
I follow Leona.
Okay.
Huh.
Are you still
Yeah.
climbing?
Shadow, you coming?
Fine, I'll start doing the reverse hop down the
Can't
tree.
you, can't you just jump to the next one, y'all? Then?
What if I miss and then I fall
That
into
these
that
are
guy?
strange trees
You're
too.
not gonna die.
Nope.
It's only
Yeah,
30
that's a
feet.
smoke.
I don't have 9 lives. That's not how that
Just-
works.
Just the owl's gonna. You're not going to die. I mean, it's only 30 feet. I mean, what's the max damage? 18.
I would assume that I've gone more than 30 feet up while that was happening.
Just-
we weren't in a strict turnover situation.
Just gonna.
So you're gonna go.
Yeah, just gonna.
I'll be
So
be behind.
So as they're
everybody else,
moving,
but-
you're still climbing down the
Mhm.
tree.
yeah,
Okay.
until I can get low enough that I can jump without killing myself.
I need a deck save.
Okay, fine. That's going to be math. 18.
Okay. Remember that number.
18.
So
18.
as you guys start moving, following Leona, does anybody look behind to make sure that shadows?
Yeah, I'll look
I'm-
and see what they're
I'm
doing.
right behind. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
so-
gonna floop back around
Yeah.
and land and look like. She's still coming down on the tree.
So as you see her kind of drop down the last bit, that section got enveloped by smoke.
Oh hell.
It just makes my fur blacker.
You just come out. You're
How
actually just
how far
very-
away are we, DM?
From her,
Oh, it's
I'd say maybe about 30, 40 feet.
Okay, no way I can do that with links now. No gust.
You guys might be farther. Because you waited for a moment to watch her to say,
Well,
hey, you
said-
should come with us.
Yeah, I
That's-
want
An hour said she was waiting as well.
So you're about 30 feet away.
Gonna
You're
just.
probably 60.
I'm gonna start rapid casting prestidigitation to clean a 1 cubic foot. So I'm cleaning 3 cubic feet.
It's not working.
It's not doing anything to a poof of smoke in front of me.
No.
Okay.
I remembered an 18.
We'll get to that.
Now,
I see the revenge from before is coming back now.
now, I think we got an issue.
I think we need to go.
Which way? I mean, when you say go help or go.
Go follow her, and I just run towards the where She will.
Everybody, here's a heart, and just go. Just follows after Nour.
Okay, so you both go into the smoke.
Yeah.
Okay, I need deck saves from both of you.
I'm not good at deck saves.
Ha!
I'm just glad it's not the con save.
I'm not good at deck saves. It is what it is.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's a 13.
Also remember that. So Leona. So
Mhm.
you hear them basically go. You see this one pathway closing. Are you gonna turn back and go, or are you gonna go forward? You still see that figure.
So that there is a pathway that is clear without smoke.
It's still got to
Totes,
fall,
totes, totes.
but
Still
it
got
is
to fall.
closing.
Okay, but then that the smoke is still enclosing behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
you
the
do
rest
what
of
you
us need to
want.
roll a bunch
We're-
of
we're-
d6s.
The walls
dead
are closing
already.
in.
We're getting cloud killed, it's fine.
I'm
Good.
going to, as that I am walking,
So what are you
Are you
can
walking, running,
I
sprinting?
am kind of doing like a light jog, making sure and then that as that I do that, can I cast message to Shadow?
You can cast, yes.
Okay, I am going to message. Is that everything okay? Just if that you can, try to follow me as quickly as y'all can.
Do I hear the message?
No.
Sorry you wasted a spell slot, friend.
Oh, cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
At least two of us. Hey, fun fact: we now know two of us have message. One of us has message.
Gonna be like, that's odd, but gonna continue just straight forward.
Are you just light jogs?
Huh?
Are you going a light jog? Or are you sprinting?
Logo.
Probably just at this point, that since that she is alone, she will probably start sprinting. And could I make a stealth check?
Sure. I'd go at disadvantage. I mean, you're running as fast as you can.
Well, I'm gonna be running normally, but would that be normal or disadvantage?
Why are you trying to stealth run?
Sneak,
He wants to Naruto run.
No. I would just be running normally.
So the 30 feet.
Okay, yeah, 30 feet.
You can already tell that this pace is not going to cut it. This
Going
opening.
to just start dashing then.
So as you dash, you're getting close. The smoke is closing in. You get close. The fog doesn't make sense. You know you're getting close to this figure, and the fog is enveloping you as you sprint. I'd say instinctively, you're getting close to this figure. You can reach out and touch it.
Mhm.
In fact, you do, and you feel something try and grab onto you. It's cold. Whatever is trying to grab you, it's cold. The skin feels odd. You feel it try and pull you as you slip from its grasp, and you are enveloped in the smoke. And I need a dex save.
Hey, dude, the smoke saved you from getting grabbed up by a lich.
I swear if you hit my phone.
I'm not gonna hit your
That
phone.
would kill the phone. Like
That-
literally, we would just watch it go.
That is
through
a
it.
19.
Okay, so you got a 19, you got an 18, right?
Mhm.
And you other two.
Got an 11. I got a 13.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that, you know.
with
Yeah.
your 11, you go headlong into the smoke.
Smack into a tree.
You've probably run into burning buildings before. In the course of investigation, this is nothing new. Running into a dangerous situation. This is weird because you run into the smoke and you find yourself face planted into a pile of snow. You're flying. You go in, and you're able to, like, as you go through the smoke, you have just enough time to stop, like, slow down your speed and slightly kind of, not quite just face plant, but kind of like, oh shit, that's close. Save yourself. You're still kind of prone. Snow.
I land in the knees and the hands like. Whoa!
Yes. For you other two, who roll higher on dex, you feel something grab onto you in the smoke and just pull you. It is a inhuman amount of strength pull, like you're being ripped from your location. find yourselves plummeting, the wind rushing through your ears.
Hello, my name is Nigatha.
Oh shit! No! No!
It's
I
been a
will.
while.
I will leave the game. I learned my lesson before.
I survived, bitches.
With
Are you ready for
18
another
and 19
test?
Stop it!
I'm here to talk to you about your cart's extended warranty.
And how you can help me.
So, with a 19, I'll describe very quickly what you see, and you can ask 2 questions. With an 18, again, I'll describe what you see, and you can ask 1 question.
Okay.
So, y'all are falling. Very quickly, you get a sense of your surroundings. You are high, not like high up in the air. You can see the ground; it's coming. But like as far as general
Hey, we can
altitude,
walk it, guys.
you're high.
There was
Like
ground. I was
mountaintop high.
touching ground.
But look, we failed, and we landed face first in the snow. They ended up getting high, and there's a drug test tomorrow.
There's a pathway. There's possibly a town. There may be a gap. It's got something in it. You have some kind of structure off in the way. Another area. You're falling very quickly. So, 2 questions.
Okay. First question is, what form of this structure? Was it like a statue or anything like that?
No, it's a building of sorts. It's
Okay.
made out of stone, and it's built into like the side of a mountain. Same question.
Citadel.
Okay. Second question would be is that there is a like I see this pathway. Is that there's like a path leading from said town to like the top of the mountain or anything like that?
Yes, you think. So this pathway snakes kind of around the mountains. It cuts through. You lose track of it at points, but it does. You do see like another one pop up shortly later, and it seems like it's only a singular path.
Okay.
Shadow, 1 question.
How high am I?
So
Is it Rocky Mountain high?
maybe higher. It's cold.
Is it Snoop Dogg high?
No.
No, wait, that's an hour. Okay.
Is
Do
that what
I?
you're smoking?
Do I? How do I phrase this? As I'm falling, I want to simply be looking around me for any other entity or being in the sky.
Yeah, you see Leona.
Nothing else.
You see a Leona ahead of you, and then on the ground, you think you see the backs of your 2 companions. I will say this.
To be, okay, DM,
I'm-
be
I'm-
fair,
I'm
I
looking-
have like a 10-foot wingspan sticking out my back, or a 12-foot wingspan sticking out my back.
What I'm thinking.
Damn, you're high.
What I was trying to figure out was something grabbed, something yanked.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm falling through the sky. There's no remnant of whatever yanked.
Not that you see, but I will say, looking around you, do you spot your companions? You see a lot around the area that you're moving to. You see a lot of clouds. They are very angry-looking clouds, very dark. You think you see like them light up every once in a while.
At this point, Shadow is falling to her death. I have nothing to prevent this. So
I will pray for you. May
that's
Anubis
all I
take
got
you.
now.
So, as you both are getting up, you hear just 2 smacks into the snow around you.
Huh.
The landing is softer than you expect.
There's a good 10-foot powder below us right now.
It's like jumping off something that you know is a bit too high. You probably shouldn't have jumped off of, but it's not enough to like really hurt yourself kind of land.
I go over and poke her with the one side of
Which
the
one?
scythe. You.
Which
You're gonna walk over to Shadow.
I mean,
Shadow, you good?
Are you dead?
Or are you dead?
no, I'm not dead. And then as that she like raises up, then as she gets the smoke out of her eye, then you can see that this black secular blue eye is just on her right eye. It's just, I'm okay.
Just,
Did it switch sides? Wait, what just happened?
No, no, that her bang opened up, and then
Oh.
you can see that the black eye that got the blue iris. With
Oh.
just that, with just that the graphic mark that's on the side of it.
okay, so her left, but for everyone else, right.
Right.
Okay, making sure because I'm looking at the picture on the shirt. Like, wait, I get it.
Are you
Hold-
okay? Do you
Just-
need
You
the?
okay?
It's cold and wet.
As she
Usually
does
how
that,
snow is.
Earl will do the like with the feathers and then do it with the wings.
But yeah, I'd say
Right.
like so. Earl, would you be used to kind of cold weather?
More of a barn owl than a snowy owl in appearance, but just I have a lot of fluff,
Yeah.
so it's like it's
So even for you, this is a bit chilly.
it's unpleasant. Gonna actually just start flapping my wings in because Earl doesn't wear shoes, but y'all will notice that on his very bird-like legs, his calves have rings of copper tattoos on them. It's like, all right, I prefer not to keep my feet in it.
So, you, I can understand not falling to your death. You were already on the ground.
Oh no, we were just running, like
I-
literally
I-
just
I-
running then
I
snow.
kind of just face planted.
Like, I was
To be
flying and then the
perfectly
mountain.
honest, my pipe got. I hit the pipe and then started packing it again.
There's a town that way.
Yeah.
Fire would be good.
Maybe the cleric is there as well. We at least know where people go missing.
I mean, as that
Yeah,
I
a
was,
rose bush.
as that I was basically running away for this figure, that this figure had grabbed my arm, and then it felt just cold and odd, but it was like that it slipped away. Some other force basically pulled us down to where are we
Curious.
exactly?
Can I make a?
Did anyone else see this figure? I'd never saw
I
it.
didn't. But DM, can I make a Arcana roll or
yeah.
a hist? Huh?
You can make whatever roll you want to do.
Just trying to figure out.
I'm going to do a religion check.
25.
Just to see if I know of any.
25.
Which one? History or Arcana?
Well, it would be the same for either. Lore Master Wizards get.
Oh, nice.
There's that and one other one I get to. Priest. No, it's Arcana and History, the two that I picked out of it. I get to double my proficiency.
Oh, I think it's.
So with our Arcana, it's like
I can't remember.
Looking for anything magical?
not looking for so much magical, figuring out what. Okay. Fairly certain if I ask what just happened, you're going to say no. You don't understand it because of what Earl is trying to logically, with what he knows, make sense of what has just happened to them. So, with the roll that I made, would it be safe for Earl to assume that they have all magically somehow been teleported? And that this is some type of big magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could probably assume that.
Yeah, I was just seeing if there was any. Well, maybe in the back of Nour's head, she's like, "This is punishment for us for me setting up that altar." But I'm just trying to recall any sort of deity or any sort of cult that might dabble in this sort of magic, and I got a 17.
You can imagine there would be people eager to get rid of someone like you, but it's not. The weird thing is you're not coming to any conclusive idea as to why someone would expend so much effort and not just try and kill you outright.
Thinking back to, it literally felt like something grabbed and yanked.
Mhm.
Could I have felt any features in the back of your mind when something happens to you, when you think back on it, you always remember more sensation than you actually felt in the moment. Would I at least have felt like claws or like a temperature of said grasp or anything like that?
Just overwhelming strength.
You were enveloped by the power. Because you got the touch.
Whatever grabbed you, it would have been like you picking up a feather.
Something literally did this by your tail.
Not the tail. At this point, I'm getting to my feet and pulling bow and like holding it up and away from the snow. Like this is not appropriate.
So
This is balsa wood.
Leona, are you doing
Don't do
anything?
this.
That basically
Why
just
do you
gonna
have a
get
bow
up,
made of balsa?
It was native.
get up, and then basically say to the party, well, that there is that town that is up ahead that we can just
Y'all
look at
point
it.
the way.
Now, I will say, this town, from what you could see, seemed like a ways off.
Like about how far away though?
Hard to say. Like,
As-
if you're
as-
traveling a straight line, maybe a day. But
As we were falling, there wasn't really anything closer to where we landed, though.
that you saw.
Right.
So, our best bet is still going to be heading that direction.
There isn't anything else around.
That is
there,
true.
Like, this is
So-
not native environment for me. I am no help.
Just gonna start doing the
Yeah.
one, like 180 one way,
Mm-hmm.
180 other, just like I'm now the 3D scanner.
So,
Just looking around, and if I gotta roll, I'll roll. But just generally looking at it, does everything here look similar to where there is no overtly unusual fauna?
there is no fauna.
There's just snow.
Snow, rock, and
Tundra.
dirt.
So,
Just,
are we?
just
are
nothing. I'm saying nothing looks unusual for the biome that we are currently in. There's not like
Right.
some hot pink freaking tree producing weird fruit. Welcome to another reality, motherfucker.
No, there's nothing unusual. I will
Okay.
say, with your looking around, there is a pathway. It's not great, but it's cut to the mountain. It does look like a distinctive pathway, and it curves around based on where you guys are at. You're kind of on the backside, so you can't really see a whole lot of what you saw as you were coming down. But what you do see is there's no real. This path kind of ends where you're at. There's no real pathway going down the mountain. You see below you very thick clouds. They're dark as well.
Wait, so we're on the mountainside. We're not on
yes,
Yeah.
you're on the mountainside.
I'm going to lean out on a limb here.
Well, don't do that. It seems very far down. I know you can fly, but something could be.
I'm just leaning out on a limb here. The people we're looking for landed here too. There's a reason why it don't go up.
Well, yeah. That's what I was assuming.
I'm just saying there's nothing here for like anybody that might live down wherever that village you're talking about. There doesn't seem to be an altar or anything religious around us.
I mean, that there was a building at the side of the mountain.
Do you think that the man was lying about people going missing more? Because we were not far away from their town.
All right, I'm going to just say this. As far as I know, you go 3 hours into the woods one direction. As far as anybody back in that little town is, you're dead. I mean,
So
just like you go 3 hours with nobody knowing where you are in Baldur's Gate, you're dead.
you have what look to be storm clouds now rapidly approaching.
Before we leave, if others landed here too, we should see if they left anything behind it when they fell, even bones. I wanted to take my sword and kind of like start.
I will
like poking.
aid, but I'm also going to be prestidigitating. I can get 3 of us.
How much would a small sled cost gold-wise?
What are you gonna get a sled?
Creation bar.
Okay. Gonna
You can literally
now,
make it.
now are you good? Are
How
you
much
good? Are you
gold
cold?
was?
Or are you all right?
I'm fine.
The
I
temperature
will-
is starting to drop.
I will prestidigitate, creating heat for the three of us
Look at
on one piece of clothing that is on torso, so center mass.
I relight my pipe.
So you poke around in the snow and you don't find anything.
Off the mountain and let's go.
Alright. Oh, okay, sweet.
So
Okay, 20 gold. Okay. So that you basically see Leona just basically pull out her ocarina. She basically plays a tune, and then that just like a magical kind of like light bluish glowing sled just appears with just like the ropes and everything. Like I think then that this would be great for us for a little bit of
That
travel.
is handy. You know how to drive it?
Does it have any sort of means of stopping?
I mean that is just a normal sled. That there's no dogs or anything with it.
Well,
If
everybody.
we die, and I get off.
Are you
So
in the
you-
front?
going down?
No, I
No,
don't
I know that I had created it for us to basically have some kind of form of faster travel with it.
Yeah,
Some-
that means yes, we're sliding down the side of the mountain on this goddamn sled that's made out of magic.
I'm
Yeah.
not getting on that.
Dude, we're fucking Calvin and Hobbesing it right now.
I'm not.
Okay.
Come
I
on.
I will walk.
Come on, Hobbs.
No.
Get on.
No.
So you got the pathway, and then basically attempting to go down the mountain everywhere else. So are you following the pathway? Or are you gonna go down
Following
the
the
mountain?
pathway.
What's pulling the sled? Like, is this like a big old sled or like a Calvin and Hobbes sled?
It's just a 20 gold sled. That's what it said. That
I'm
is.
I
concerned
have a
that
feeling
okay,
we're
I want to
talking
know
about
are we
bobsled.
on a fucking bobsled?
No, that it says that you sled vehicle, land vehicle.
We,
Whenever
oh,
you
that means we gotta have something to haul it.
right.
20 strength.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
So it says so that it is basically a rickshaw sled. There we go.
Oh, if now.
I thought y'all were just pushing the
No,
thing, and I'm
God.
like, I'm not flying off the edge of the mountain.
I'm down with this because I can just like. Oh shit.
It can
Well,
haul up
if
to
we-
300 pounds.
Up to 300.
Yeah, up to 300.
That's you by yourself.
I am like
Oh,
250 with all my armor
yeah,
in my
no,
sights.
that's
Well, you're hauling it.
Yeah.
I math.
I can
under-
basically hooty hoot float.
Look, I feel like we're making this far more complicated than it needs to be.
Mhm.
As long as we're not shoving the sled and going downhill on like a luge, then it should be fine. I'm climbing on the sled. Mush.
I'll just. I mean, I'm not. Owlin are not heavy, much like Aarakocra, but
Bird brains.
just the two of them probably hitting the.
What's your weight?
My weight is about 140.
You were a little over. It's fine.
So just gonna float by. All of a sudden, we notice that she just jumps back, sits on the front, and causes it to go down the mountain.
No.
The fucking Nour just takes a huge hit.
Are you making fat clouds?
Yeah.
So
Okay,
It's-
let's go.
it's not easy to pull the sled. It's a mixture of like, light snow, rock, and dirt.
Fine, I'm walking. Let's go.
Y'all, like about 15 minutes in.
Yeah,
that's,
dude,
that's
I don't
not a
think-
good idea.
And well,
It wasn't.
I
It was
believe it
not
was
a bad idea.
I
It's
will
just
say
the mountain was not the opportune
the
terrain.
clouds haven't completely surrounded it. It is starting to get hard to see as the clouds are moving in. It's starting to snow, slowly piling up.
I'm taking out the rope again.
The temperature continues to.
Who all
drop.
has rope?
I'm putting you on one end in case you need to fly. If you're in the middle, that would be more trouble.
it was a
I
good
just have it
idea.
tied around my ankle as I'm sitting there like.
Alright, then that.
Tied.
Let me see if I can just. Sure.
So, because
Since we don't
Put
need
up
it
my
anymore.
It's-
hood.
Just keep.
since we don't
Trucking
need it
along.
anymore.
I go like that. I'm just like sitting there.
Now, what are you smoking?
Would you like some?
Currently, the answer to that is no. I'm just. How it is strong. Like I'm getting slightly hungry. Anyone else getting slightly hungry?
How long does Bardigan's go last?
Boy,
I give you a
it's,
beef jerky.
I think it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, like 10 minutes.
Tries
so
to
they probably
eat
would've
that
been
with
over.
an owl beak.
Has it been more than an hour where my hunter's mark will be gone?
No.
I think we have been bickering for 15 minutes on the
Yeah.
side of the
Mhm.
mountain as a snowstorm rolls in, and then the sled
Yes.
turned out to not be as beneficial.
It was a good idea.
It was a
we
good
still, Are we
idea.
still bringing it along, though? I mean, it might be helpful at lower elevation.
I mean, it's tied. She's got it over. I mean, she's just dragging it behind her.
Alright, let's go.
It's not very heavy when you don't have people on. By the way, it's tobacco.
It smelled like cherries.
I get that reference. Anyway, so as we're heading down the mountain,
Are you going down the mountain or following the path?
We're following the
path.
path.
Following
The
the
path
path.
goes down the mountain.
No, it doesn't.
What?
Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
It's snakes.
Okay. Okay.
Did I do a bad job explaining?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
So, the two of you that would have seen it, this pathway, it
It was
snakes.
snakes.
but is it?
It does not go down.
It was going up, but that's
it
what I
seems
was.
to go up. Like you spotted what you thought was
Okay.
a village. You got another location there. Might be something. You had a gap that looked like there's something there, and then you got the structure, and it looks like it all kind of wrapped around between the mountains, ending at that structure. in
So-
the
Okay.
mountain. Sorry.
That's
So
the,
are we having?
the two that know where we're going.
Is there a viable potential path? Like not necessarily a established path, but is there a viable method of heading down mountain without falling off a cliff?
Not that you can tell. Like
So the only place we can go is either over the mountainside and roll downhill and cause an avalanche, or up the path.
seems that way.
Then we're following the path. I mean,
Okay.
at least that's.
But that's what I thought we were going to do. Just
But-
follow the
but-
path.
I could have explained it better.
The path only goes up, and yet we've got storm clouds rolling in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look, either we set up a camp here and die on the mountainside, we follow the path that's the only established thing, or we roll downhill. So,
I go into a ball.
do you actually? Because if you do, I'm going to try to cut us loose.
No, I don't. Well, now that I think about it, maybe the sled was not as good of an idea as. But I mean, it was something. I mean, you think off the top of your head, you're in a snowy environment. Sled, it comes right to you.
I mean, and I just thought that it would just be easier to travel, but I also forgot that you don't also create the living creatures that also pull it too.
Sorry. I should have explained it a little bit better.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so let's
So
go see what's on the other end.
give
of this.
me survival checks.
Oh boy.
Oh,
21.
okay.
Oh,
That's not bad. 19.
14.
Okay.
See what it rolls. I don't know.
Somebody want to roll for Hewitt? Whoever's
We
so
got a
lucky.
12 plus.
Whatever Hewitt has.
Okay. So the sled's heavy. You don't make as much progress as you think you do, but you do manage to pull it, even with the difficult terrain. From time to time, you guys do get out and kind of help push
Well,
it
no,
along.
we already said that we were out
Hmm.
of the sled
Right.
because it was grinding on rock. Like we've already established that.
Still pulling it.
Yeah, I am still pulling it. So I mean, it would still be kind of a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
Though I
Yeah.
do have 20 strength.
I mean, that you could just leave it. It'll disappear. I can always make another one if need
But-
be. It isn't a permanent item.
Oh, I didn't know that. If I would have known that, I just pushed the sled.
It goes tumbling over the cliff.
Well, I didn't mean to.
Oh.
Okay.
We just-
It
we
just.
Just leave it
As
there.
that she kicks it, do we hear a resounding crash or anything like that?
So you do kick it over the top? Okay. Yeah, you hear it crashing down,
Okay.
although you don't hear as much after a little bit of distance because the wind is blowing.
I'm good.
Good.
How wide is the path?
It's not super wide, but it's big enough that, you know, y'all could stand, three of you could stand shoulder to shoulder and still be a little comfortable.
Does it seem like, I mean, it's obviously it's cut into the mountain, but it's still like snow covered?
It's starting to get snow covered.
All we can do is keep trucking. I mean, at this point, there's no offshoots on this railroad
Yeah. Well,
except over the cliff, and I ain't doing that.
keep on going.
So give me another survival check, followed by a perception check.
Okay. Oh, that was worse.
What check do we need to make, DM?
Survival
Survival.
followed by perception.
Oh yeah, I'm
Survival
failing at
was
least one of those.
6.
So the path that we're following doesn't actually go down; it only goes up the mountain.
Okay, 9 on survival.
Survival was a 6, but perception was a 21.
Okay.
Survival was a 15. Perception was an 8.
Survival was 10. Perception was 26.
Jeez. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. No, I actually do have a bonus to this. So the survival was a 10, and perception is 15.
So, as this storm is rolling in, it's getting cold. Unnaturally cold. And it kind of just cuts through your clothes as you shake, shiver. It's 19 cold damage.
Oh.
Okay.
19 cold damage.
Yeah.
Now,
However,
does that affect the folks that I have prestidigitated to have one?
yes.
Okay.
Like I said, unnaturally.
16. You said.
No, 19.
19. Okay. Not bad.
So, but, and it's difficult to move. You're freezing. The snow's starting to pile up on you. The wind's howling, pushing you around. Those of you who rolled 15 or higher on perception, you'll spot not too much further down the way with a cave, and with, you know, a little bit of effort, y'all could make it there post haste. You almost miss it in the rocks, but it's there, clear as day, a opening big enough that, you know, maybe some of you who are 6 foot tall may have to hunch down to get into.
Well, if you know, I'm willing to hunch down. If it means
Is it-
getting-
We can hunch.
Yes, then let's just hurry up and go
Thing
to
is
the
that
cave.
The backseat's probably the tallest out of all of us.
Only 6 foot.
So we got 3 6-footers in the.
Okay, so 3 of y'all
Short.
might need to hunch down.
It's fine. I'll put my bow back on my back. I would like to go in on all fours with my dark vision first.
Okay.
I'm a cat. I can fight in the close quarters.
So the temperature continues to drop. Y'all get close to the cave. I will say, as y'all enter it, the way the wind is howling, it is deafening right here at the mouth. But it starts to drop off the further you go in.
The
How far do you
acoustics
just
in
initially
here are
want to
actually
go
fairly
in?
nice.
15 feet.
Okay. Yeah, it's still pretty loud, but the cave, it goes, and you see it kind of twists and whatnot. It goes like maybe another 30 feet, and you see it start to twist and turn.
We're all technically we were all still tied together, so we would. I before we went in, either would have detached myself entirely, or we could have rearranged so the time.
Do not go too far. We don't want a nutty putty cave situation.
No. I'm gonna go until I find something
What?
useful,
Okay.
or something that
Look
prevents me from going
Mhm.
further. I need
Just
to.
look it up.
I'm gonna keep going until something happens.
Okay.
I mean, we could just retie the line.
That's what I'm. But that's what
Do
I'm
you
saying
have
is
a
do
loose
that.
dagger or something?
Okay,
I
so
have a.
I'll be right back.
I'll go ahead and deal with you.
You have a light
So you
axe.
go around the bend and you see it kind of opens up into a smallish sized cavern, and you see this might have been used by someone else as a possible camping area. You see ash. There's just old kind of rotted cloth of like what used to be bedrolls. It's very old. You also see this cave past this little room goes deeper.
I'm going to ask a very important question.
What is the Nutty Buddy Cave?
Well, that's the secondary one.
Oh,
First one is, I've mostly dealt with minor jobs in the past back down near, between Daggerford and Baldur's Gate. Mostly. That's where I've done most of my business. Dewey, stop licking the carpet. What the fuck, dog? Like, I just looked down and my dog's like, did someone drop food? No. Do not get to eat my new rug. Anyway. Thanks, Dewey. But are people in the habit of leaving their bedrolls at a campsite?
not necessarily. They might have left in a hurry, or something might have gotten them.
Well, that's my concern.
So the tunnel that continues farther away from this initial cavern,
Mhm.
same dimension, or
It varies in size, but most of it, yeah.
Is
I mean,
the
it's
camping
big enough that you can stand in and kind of maneuver.
okay? Is the campsite basically a Lehman's tiny hut-sized region?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go clear the back tunnel.
Nutty Buddy Cave.
Okay.
Well, we are all. I am literally 6 feet behind the cat.
Detach. That way, if something happens, you should be able to hear it as
If
echoing.
it gets too thin, do
So-
not go forward.
Of course not.
Oh, shit.
I
Should
don't
we just
deal with
all
snow.
untie
I
the
do
rest of?
caves.
Yeah,
Can we all undo the rest of us and we'll just tie it to you?
Whatever.
I'm just thinking safety.
I shall.
I'm not even 100% sure we're in the same realm we were before.
I
We are
think it's pretty
definitely
safe
not.
to say we're not
No.
in the same place we were before.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Thank you for following
We
us.
did
Tweety
plan.
Clan.
Hey.
Thank you,
Hey.
Tweety Clan.
Thank
Is,
you.
Is it meant to be like Tweety Bird, or Tweety as in a professor at college wears tweed?
Or Boss Tweet.
Both tweed.
But
Or is it Tweed
I.
Dyke Clan? Tweed Dyke
That's
Clan.
fine.
oh, that's fine.
Perfectly fine. I hope you're enjoying us being goofy.
We are.
Yeah.
We're eventually going to have to clip that goddamn sound that Neysa keeps making. I'm going to put it on something that annoys the fuck out of me later.
I mean that.
That's subscriptions.
I mean
God
that.
damn it.
At least that we are out of the cold, because that cold was very unsettling.
Tied or not, I'm clearing the back.
While you go
the
have
back
fun in the caves, make sure you do not go down any twisting, turning caves. Let's make ourselves at home.
Dude,
What
you
else
got.
do we need to do?
I'm just going to say somebody keep the other end of the rope, because I'm going to be honest. If something snatches her up like a big mouth bass, I'm going with. You're just going to watch.
Is there any kind of rock formation that the other end of the rope could be tied to?
Sure.
Hey,
Do
Dewey.
that.
But we could do
Who
that
who
next
casts
weekend.
Find Familiar?
We could do that next
I don't
weekend.
have.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Do that next week?
Next weekend.
Oh, this is where we're ending?
Yeah, that seems like a good stopping point.
Oh.
Okay, so we're in a cave.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
you're
outside.
in-
You're in a cave. There's some stuff going on.
Environment hurts y'all.
Yes, it
Environment?
The
does.
environment hurts.
Oh, hell
Winter
yeah.
is cold.
Winter is sometimes.
Unless you live in
Oh, sorry.
Louisiana, where winter might still be like, hey, bro, what? You know how today you had sleet and it was below freezing? Yeah, bro. Tomorrow, 85.
Well then, that you know that was Basch with just the first episode of Into the Woods season 3.
Very much so. Also,
Yeah.
Spence, I need you to roll me a D100 plus a D8.
Okay.
Yeah, because we never heard back from.
I had got a straight 10, and the D8 is a 2.
Hold on. let me figure this out over here before we start doing all of our other stuff. Okay, that's 100 something.
Oh wait, this isn't my character.
Okay, so you got a what?
I had got a
12.
12 essentially.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Who's 12?
The
The slide
slide
dragon.
dragon.
The Sly Dragon. Okay.
Dragon.
And then there was
Well, we rolled that one last time, but they're in England and we can't afford international shipping.
Oh no.
Yeah,
so that's 43,
It's unfortunate.
44.
44. So counting from 12 at the slide dragon.
12,
12.
24.
Yep.
24.
24 is hollow ghost.
So then that's 20.
That's we're at 30, 32. Wait,
Okay, so this would be 24.
24, 27,
33.
33.
Okay, no, well,
Yes.
24
Now, you
plus
gotta move too
24.
fast.
No, if this is 24, that makes this one 36. This something cracker.
That
No,
you-
no, 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 no. If hollow ghost is 24, then
27.
that's 26.
30.
33.
33. Okay. So this was 33.
36, 39, 42.
42. So
45
whoever's in
was
the middle there
Neysa.
is crystal, phone.
That's who won last time. Roll again. Goddamn.
Stop rolling people who keep winning.
6,
Go back to the top.
11.
11.
We are trying to do a
Whoever
giveaway
is before
for
the slide dragon. Sam Holtzclaw.
So that's 9, 10, 11.
Sam Holtzclaw.
Oh!
Minus one.
That's Nate's student. So we
Oh.
actually got a kid.
Yay!
Yay!
So then we will basically be reaching out
We
to
can-
Sam.
No, we're just going to give shit to Nate and tell him to give it to
Yeah.
Sam.
Right.
Yay!
So, yeah, as I reappear off the side of the fucking internet out of nowhere.
Yeah, then we just had to finish up a 100 follower giveaway.
Yeah.
Giveaway.
That has been the most difficult thing we have done.
That we will
Two
get
and a
better
half
at it.
months.
We will get better at it, but then that
Okay.
two. Oh, you
Sorry,
wanted to
go
do it?
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, then that tonight that we will have a second viewing of Team Bonus Action, as that we will be doing bonus roundtable,
Double bonus. Bonus squared.
bonus triple. Anyway,
That's a
but
triple.
anyway, then we will be talking about the trailer about the new D&D movie Honor Among Thieves. So basically, that we will be giving our first impressions, our expectations.
Nope.
And just basically talking about the movie and such. Then on Monday, we will be having Lost Seas. Then on Thursday, we will be having Tears of Kairos, hosted by Neysa herself. And then that next Sunday, we should be back with Into the Woods. And then that we should have a
regular bonus act.
yes, a regular bonus roundtable.
July had 5 weekends, folks.
Yeah.
Let's see. Also, starting tomorrow, because today's the 31st, so tomorrow will be the first. We for the next 3 months, so August, September, and October, we will have a ongoing charity event that is available anytime we stream. All proceeds will be going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital because fuck childhood cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you donate to that, there's a button
It is a
somewhere
button below.
down there somewhere. Frankie set that shit up. There's a button that says subscribe. There's a Hydra next to it. So any and all money will go directly to St. Jude at the end of the drive. I
Right.
don't know what we're going to set the goal at.
It's just like as
Probably-
much as you can.
We'll
If
probably start at 200.
yeah, at
I was
200.
gonna say 1,000. I mean, it's a 3-month.
Yeah, I mean that about 500. Just give out what you can.
Okay, we'll do
Split the
500.
diff.
We'll do 500. Mostly because, let's be honest, the last Extra Life we raised 1,500 in stream, and then CBS matched us, putting us at a grand total of when they matched and when everything was finally done, we donated $32.56
Yay.
to the Children's Miracle Network,
Right.
benefiting specifically Batsons. This year, we will probably just be donating to the general Children's Miracle Network because Batson stopped accepting my insurance. In any
Anyway.
case, so that'll be Extra Life will be in November. That'll be our big drive. We'll do a 3-day weekend. They'll be over at Basch's house because he has the room meant for entertaining.
Yes.
Plus a kitchen that allows people to be out of the way. And then the week after Extra Life, we will be doing the Wounded Warrior Hot Wings Challenge.
Yep. Looking forward to that.
Oh, God.
This one's thing.
No, these two assholes want me to hurt.
Well, we're roping you into it, and there's going to be a lot of hurt. But you
I'm
know,
ready.
the way we see it, our men and women in the military don't get taken care of enough, and
God, no, they don't.
you know, they hurt a lot. So we can hurt a little bit to help them.
I want to hurt Hewitt as much as possible.
That's because you are a sycophant, sir. But I will deal with
I am
a
ready
burning
to burn.
asshole to raise money.
I mean, going in is bad enough. Going out is going to be so much worse, especially after 30. It's like,
Thank you. And you just basically explained deployment at the exact same goddamn time.
Yes.
Anyway, so that is what we have schedule-wise. There's probably going to be me roping people into playing Valheim because I figured out portals, y'all.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have portals.
And one of these days that me and Neysa are going to rope y'all for Stardew Valley. One of these days. Learn to be a farmer.
I already am. I
I'm
am
the farmer.
farming freaking
Oh, that you are the
carrots.
farmer.
I'm the farmer.
I am farming carrots.
You're the miner.
Well,
I'm the
anyway.
farmer.
Anyway,
Somebody else can be the
so
forager.
on Facebook, on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn or Linktree, and on
things.
Twitch, we are Team Bonus Action. Someone correctly say what our Twitter is.
Bonus_team.
We'll just dub that in my voice.
Yes.
Yes.
But those are all of our handles. Please subscribe, like, ring a bell, or whatever all the freaking hipsters on the internet tell you to do.
And then we should be back in about... Not that. we should be back in about 2.5 hours for our podcast. So stay tuned for that. But since that Knox isn't here,
Don't let your meat loaf.
Good night, everybody. We will see y'all in a few hours.
So anyway, about Nutty Putty Cave.
Anyway, about us.